Thank you for listening to the Third Watch Update, the two-in-one report, where we're converting two reports into one. We've been tracking space weather topics, so at the very end of this report, we'll be covering that. And also, as a follow-up, we're going to be doing some maintenance. So if anyone wants to follow up on some of the things that we're doing, I'll post that at the very end. But let's get back into the first and the most important stories that we've been tracking and trending on social media, and what we come away with, and just a small short report here for the field report. Well, of course, naturally, the big topic is the Hillary-Donald Trump showdown face-off, which I think we know we're all looking forward to seeing this first debate. Now, was it all hype? I don't think so. I think American voters and many of which have been waiting for this showdown for a while, it was already, the momentum had been going that direction anyway. We're seeing the most historic events occur right in front of our eyes, and that's why when we follow these reports, I'm obviously going to look at the trending news and the topics. And obviously from this debate, it was quite apparent to me that the moderator really had a lot to do with the temper of this debate. The questions that need to be asked, as if they're who is ear to the ground. It's obvious Donald Trump has been listening to his constituents, and it's obvious at the very end, towards the end of this debate, Hillary was ready to go down that road, the one that says, okay, let's fire up her base, and she did that, just that. So what did I come away with the overall debate? I didn't think there was much substance to Hillary's answers, and I don't think it was Donald Trump's best night. So I could tell you there's definitely just those two. I noticed that picking off. And then, of course, I think the moderator was the story of the night. Ironically, I think he obviously shows he's definitely not got his ear to the ground. I don't want to go too much with that because I know it's still too early, but this is just what my take away from that report. What I really found important, probably as trying to move away from the actual debate, because I think there's a lot more we haven't heard about, and I think when we see what comes of this and what goes viral as we watch the trending news, and I do watch the trending news. That's why I decided to do these 2-in-1 reports, because watching trending news versus what's really news, and I think it's relevant news, is watching the space weather report and some other stories that I think of kind of local and more national reports, and that's the space weather. And we've been trending and watching that. One of the important parts and the components is I don't want to lose you all here, so hopefully you can follow this report. But Earth crossed over into the heliosphere. Now, this isn't something we talk about every day, but we do here at the Third Watch Update. So whether you call us nerdy or not, that's another story. But, Earth did cross over the heliosphere, and what does that mean, and translate that? Well, we have what will look like an aurora, and it'll be quite spectacular. What a lot of people don't know about this is it's going to be very rare auroras. And when you notice this as we're watching space weather reports like this, is that for the first time, with the heliosphere, this breakdown of our, magnetosphere, a lot of things we're going to be directly impacted by the UV rays and radiation. Here's the antidote to this. If you don't have iodine tablets or a way to protect yourself, I would really invest in that. With the water supply and the other reports of the water being contaminated, I would suggest iodine pills, and make sure you have water purification pills. It only costs $4. In some places, it's even cheaper that for just a bottle of water purification pills. And I would just take some steps and be precautious. I noticed this report with the tap water. I found this not my favorite topic at all. But and why is that? Because if you have problems with a low functioning adrenal gland or exposure, you want to have an antidote for that. So I invested in the fluoride and iodine tablets. I think you need to really, really make sure that's a staple now. And What I mean by staple is that you want to make sure you have it on a regular basis. I buy a lot of my products from InfoWars. I'm also going to be buying some products from Ted Burrows' website. I've been following a lot of his health news reports at the Hagman and Hagman Report. I've been watching this trending news, though, and I think it's really, really important. Now, tonight's debate, what I followed was, I always picked out a couple different people that I want to follow from day to day. And today I was following Michael Savage, Mark Levin, Sean Hannity, Fox News Reports, Dana Perino, Hagman and Hagman Report on a consistent basis. I was following him. I'm also following Mike from Around the World, Council of Time. And I did mention Sean Hannity, Alex Jones, and I'm not sure which report I'm going to follow. Maybe a CNN report on the mainstream news. But what I'm trying to do is I'm going to pick like my favorites of the day. Today, my favorite was Sean Hannity, and I was not so much critical. I just knew that he was going through a downtime, and today he became what I think he's on the top of my list right now. And I also found the most provocative news is Michael Savage, because Michael Savage, Mike got cut, and I guess we're going to watch what happens with that, because they've really been picking with Michael Savage, and he just came out with the book, Scorched Earth, What to Do After the Obama Administration. That should be really interesting read. And cutting his mic, that's going to be a story all by itself. I was also following Shubat and Paul Begley and some other reports that I like to kind of keep up with, and some other things that I just pick up on when I watch the news feed. What I wanted to report, and I've been watching this report carefully, is in Lebanon, Tennessee, in parts of Kentucky, and there's been reports in Pennsylvania of these sightings of these bizarre, strange, scary-like clowns. Anything from like lockdowns at schools to scaring kids to residents complaint in any of these areas, and also these clowns approaching children, scaring them. All even reports of these clowns trying to lure children away. I found this a really weird story, and I've been following it. And let me say this is like that time of year, but something's really weird about this story. And I'm not quite sure where it's going, but we're going to watch that. If you've been listening to any of my reports, thanks for listening. We're trying to do some maintenance, so if you want to stick around for the rest of this report, please do so. You can email me. I'm also at 103.3 WGIV in Charlotte. Stay tuned for the changes that are coming there, as I am taking some off time during surgery. But we're going to be doing this maintenance report follow-up after this. So if you want to stay tuned for that, this is for anybody who would be interested in sponsoring or helping us get this program and moving it in a different direction. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to this, what will be like some regular reports for anybody that would like to sponsor. We're trying to bring this show from this generic postings to social media and get back to work here. And I'm a regular host at 103.3. I do the Field Report Third Watch Update, and I've converted everything into a 2-in-1 report, and it's only supposed to be less than 5 minutes. So on average, what I'm trying to put together is a longer, more time on air. And because of the airtime, I need the help of sponsors or anyone that be willing to work with me. And what we present to our potential sponsors, which in Charlotte right now, knowing what the news has been like, we have an opportunity right now to bring some people on board. And we're asking either subscribers or people who want to sponsor us. We have a package together, and that's handled through my radio production team and the producers. And the contact information is Katrina Lynch. She is the one that puts together the package for those who are interested in sponsoring. We've had this program for about a year. It is called the Moonlight Lounge. By presenting it to a potential sponsor, We do radio, which is mostly entertainment part of it, but we're adding and hopefully extending out an hour. And over the last year, what I put together is a demo and be able to present it to potential sponsors or subscribers or people maybe looking to invest in this, and maybe even to the point where we can hire people. So this is a bigger, broader. I'm not tackling it all right here, but I'm just giving you just kind of an idea of what we're doing, and by pitching it, we're going to open up some time to do that. I'm looking to do an hour-long show, is what I'm saying, and by doing that, we do news updates at the 1370 AM dial and do the night show at 103.3. So they could be either heard, I believe, on both channels. And I know that there's just a lot of changes happening. We've got a new studio, and I look forward, once I get out of surgery, to get back to Charlotte. I've been home for the last couple months, and I need to get this ready to go. So obviously, by putting it together, I want to be able to get this ready to go for programming and a lot of technical stuff. So why did I want to do it? Why did I want to take the time to do it? Because we need help, and we want to get this off the ground. And I don't want to miss an opportunity and watch this opportunity pass while I'm in surgery and not be able to say, oh, wow, darn it, I should have did it while I had a chance. So we have it ready to go. We just need sponsors, basically. Really, it pays for the equipment, the time that we have on air. I mean, I have to pay the radio show, the radio engineers that put this stuff together and the demos. But I'm going to just show you some of the stuff I've done. The field report is, while we're incorporating the field report and the Third Watch update, because we follow a lot of different segments of news. It's not just mainstream now, but it's obviously Bible prophecy, which in and itself is a lot to follow, but it's very interesting stuff. And some of those images will give you a better idea of what we're doing. Thank you.